What's up guys, I'm pedebeats, and if you want to make the darkest beats for the Menace, this is the video for you. So for this type of beats, I want to start with a piano, so let's use this one. So let's set the scale that we want to be in. I'm going here, scale lighting, and select C sharp minor, and let's lay down a dark melody. Yeah, then we can go up. Okay, I like that. Now we can copy it and create some variation at the end. Maybe let's use again these semitones. Semitones are really useful to create tension, and for these beats they are perfect. It's not really repetitive, so at the end here we can create some variation. Maybe we can go up. Yeah, I like that. So now we can add some bass notes. We just need to use a C sharp because that's the root note. Let's copy this again. Then maybe here we can go up and use again these two semitones. Okay, I like that. But I want to copy the bass notes down one octave to give more depth to this melody. Maybe let's lower the velocity. Okay. Okay, so now I really like that, but it's sounding too robotic. To make it sound better, we can select the chords that we are using and click Alt S to strum the chords. Yeah, something like this can work. And now we can just copy them over. And when you're making piano melodies, velocity is really important. And we can move it manually, or we can select everything and click Alt R to randomize the velocity. So right now we are working at 160 BPM, and it's pretty fast, but the Menace likes to rap in this range. Now we have that dark melody, and I want to add some effects on this. So let's add an EQ to wash the sound. We can remove the low end because we don't need it, because we are going to add an 808 later. And I think for the intro we are going to have a bass, so we don't need the low end. The second thing that I want to add is some reverb. We can use the stock one, move this knob a little bit. And I want also to add some delay, but I want to try to use a trick to make it sound fuller. So I'm just going to click here and on this wrench tool. Let's move the temp to 4, and we need to move the feed up to hear the delay. And I want to try to move this pitch knob all the way up so it's up an octave. Let's bring the echoes to 1. Crazy. Okay, now I really like this melody, but I want to add some other elements to make the sample sound more full and dark. So the next thing that I want to add is a pad. Let's use the pad 15 from Analog Lab Bank. We can just create a minor chord. But maybe we can use also the other semitone at the same time. Because if you're struggling to make counter melodies, you can just use the same notes that you already used in the first melody, but of course with a different rhythm, and it's going to sound good. I like that. Okay, but now it's a little bit too invasive, so I want to add some reverb to wash the sound. Okay, and then we can add an EQ to give it some space on the frequency spectrum. So I like that, but I want to add a texture to give more character to the sample. I wanted to tell you that the sounds that I use in this video are from the Cryptic Multi Kit, you already know. And if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. And I also made a free version of it, so don't miss out. But now let's finish this bit. So let's try to use the bell tree from Analog Lab Bank. And as I said, let's use the same semitones and see if they sound good. So as I said, I want to turn this into a texture, so we're going to add some effects later. But before, I wanted to tell you that if you're struggling to find melodies and counter melodies, I find it really useful to listen to some songs and understand how they made the main melody and the counter melodies. So I can try to make a similar beat but with my own twist to it. So as I said, let's add some effects on this. We could add Portal, but I want to try something different for this time. Let's add half time on this. And then I can add another half time on this. Let's try to pitch this up. Now I want to add the film micro on this. That's crazy. Now we can render this and speed it up. To do that, I'm just going to select these two arrows and then stretch it in this way. Let's see how it sounds with the main melody. Let's make it even faster. I like that. That's crazy. But when I create those type of textures, I like to automate the pen. So I'm just going to click here and select automate panning. We can just double click here and select this LFO button, and then we can move the speed. And we can just copy it over. Okay, I really like that, but let's try to add the choir on this. So I'm going to use this plugin, and it has a really good choir. That's perfect. Let's add some reverb on this. And it's good to pan every element of your melody to give it some space to it. So I think we could stop here, but I want to add one last melody to have more variation that we can use in the arrangement. So in this type of beats, strings are always going to sound good, and I'm going in expand, pitch strings. And let's find a repetitive melody, something like this can work. I want to try to pitch this up and then render this. So we can try to pitch this down. That's fair. This is sounding dry, so let's add some reverb on this. That's crazy. Yeah, and we have also an EQ here to remove some bad frequencies. Yeah, that's fine for a verse. So I think we are done with the sample. Every melody here is linked to a melody bus where I have stereo shaper with the stereoized 3 preset, and right now I'm going to lower it a little bit. And I have an EQ to cut all the low end that we don't need. The next thing that I want to add is a bass, so I will go in my Enigma multi-kit, and I have some crazy ones here. Let's use the wow one. Make sure to change the envelope like this, and now let's just follow the bass notes. That's crazy. Okay, now let's arrange a bit the sample, but before I'm going to export the sample, and you will find the link to download it for free in the comments. I always like to start with a clap. Let's use this one. Okay, then let's add some hi-hats, and I want to add some rolls to it. And it's a really good thing to move the pan. And as you can see, I'm placing my rolls right before the clap because it's going to add so much more bounce. Okay, now let's just copy it and create some variation. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is click Alt-R to randomize the pan and the velocity. Okay, now we can add some heads. I really like to create a delay effect by doing something like this. Make something like this with the velocity. Then I want to add a bell. I'm going in my new upcoming kit. I love this one. Okay, but on this bed I want to add some delay. Could stop here, but I want to add one last thing. Let's add a snare. Love this one. Move also the pen. And here at the end we can make a roll. You can select here and click Alt-U to chop the notes. And I like to move the panels of the roll. Crazy. Now it's time for the 808. Let's use the spins again. That's crazy. That's crazy. Here we can make a roll. That's crazy. That's insane. Crazy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, remember to drop a sub, like and comment. See ya.